So today we're fitting a Freelander 2 roof rack. First job is to access the mounting points for the Flatdog rails. So as you can see, we've got a small little cross on the rail. There'll be another fixing point near the join, and we've got the two on the back. So the first thing we want to do is remove these plastic fir tree clips to reveal the rear threads for mounting the rails. A good solid trim removal tool and a pair of mole grips is what we need. A top tip here is to pinch the fir tree as low as possible with the mole grips and tighten as much as you can. Find your most comfortable angle to prise the clip out of the threads. Try and do it as smoothly and as carefully as you can. Once the fir tree has been removed, we advise to give the threads a clean with a good tap and die set. Now we move into the middle join in the roof. We use a bit of card and the trim removal tool just to prise the trim out of place. This reveals the fir tree that needs to be removed. Now we've got to drill up to a 7mm hole directly above the thread, so when the trim goes back together, everything will fit into place. On the front, we have to drill out to a 7mm again. This one's easy, straight through the cross. Brilliant. So now we're just going to show how the brackets go together. So we've got your rail, which will mount on the roof. We've got your brackets, which will bolt to the rail. So we've got two different sizes, as you can see. One's a little bit taller, and we'll show you on the car where that goes in terms of front to back on the roof. We've got your brackets that fit to the roof rack, along with your front leg, which you've seen also previously. So just a little close-up of how these function and go together. You've got the two holes to mount onto the roof rack, so your roof rack is on top. You've got your bottom bracket to the rail, and they simply slot together. So then it's a nut and bolt through the hole, and as you can see, you've got a little bit of adjustment there just to get your roof rack level on your car. To fix this bracket into the rail, you've got a nice little block that slides into the rail, so that slides in, giving you a captive thread. You've simply got your M8x16 bolt, which will go down, screw into that block, and you'll pop two in on each bracket. Position those loosely on the rail, and then bolt everything together once the roof rack's on. Time to bolt the rear rails down. Two M6 bolts into the threads that we've revealed. Tighten those down fully. So for the fronts, we start with the M6 bolt on the front part of the rail, and then we hold down the rail for the back and tighten the back fixing down. So now we slide the brackets into place. We've got the front bracket, the centre bracket and the rear bracket. The middle and the rear brackets are both the same. Now we've lifted the roof rack into place. We've got the front legs, which we bolt to the roof rack on the first bar. You can see the first bar with the windbreak on the front. Then we've got the brackets fitted to the roof rack on the fifth bar from the rear, and also the rear bar. Now the roof rack's in place, everything will still be loose, but now's a good time to measure if the roof rack is central on the roof. The easiest way to do this is measure from the bracket to the outside of the rack on each side and centralise. Once the rack's in position, simply pop the remaining fixings through the brackets with the nuts and bolts and tighten up. Cap and job done.